Hello, this is Seewing Yee from the Yee Real Estate Network, and my niche and my specialty is Government Veterans Administration, VA Foreclosures system. Now, the ideal situation, to be honest, as I'm educating many investors out there, is all about providing education and being informed before you make a prudent decision. And this ongoing weekly seminar series is allowing me to do that. So the best case scenario is for you to consult with me in advance and pay my fee advance. Then we'll work together and be proactive and target the properties that meet your criteria, so you can pull the trigger before the multiple offer comes in. And then you're too late, because this kind of foreclosures, especially in a good market, in a good location, they go very, very quickly because you're competing in the multiple listing service versus other investors throughout the country and throughout the world. And also local buyers are also targeting these very, very highly desirable properties. I say it again, government via foreclosure properties in a particular locations that meet certain people's criteria, or there are more demands than there are available inventory available. So if you have the ability and qualify to enter my program, uh, uh, to, so we can work together in this capacity, uh, is a win-win situation, especially for you as an investor. Now, of course, for those of you who do not have 2 years of rental ownership experience, that you would not be able to qualify for the 5% down Vendee financing. However, these VA foreclosure properties are available for anyone out there that can, who does not qualify for the 5% down VA loan investment program, needing 2 years of investing experience. The other individuals, all you need is the ability to get financing with regular loan, 25% down, for example. All right, and then yeah, you can participate in this program regardless of your experience level. And finally, for those of you who have a self-directed IRA, all you need is approximately a little bit more than a $70,000 or $80,000 IRAs. I can help you as well, and I can also help you using the power of a non-recourse loan to leverage your individual retirement account to buy via foreclosure properties in the name of the IRA. So I have all the resources, all the connections, all the guidance necessary to help you achieve to buy U.S. government via foreclosures in different markets, using 5% down if you qualify, 2 years experience, or uh, if you have, again, regular conventional loan financing, 25% down, and using your self-directed IRA with any kind of experience, you will qualify. Okay, hopefully that's clear. If not, consult with me or look at the rest of my newsletter, which will be explained in a very comprehensive detail. All right, without further ado, this property is our highlight for this week. This is the best property available in any given week. So this is a typical scenario I'm going to present to you. All right, and yeah, so let me see what else I have to say on this property. Uh, this is a when I get through with this short presentation, you will see some amazing. This is an amazing deal. But uh, this property has is on the market for the past 5 days, so I have to believe in the next 24 to 48 hours, all the submission of offers will be closed by the VA, the seller, the government, and they will close down on this. So therefore, but this property will be available. I see this kind of deal like maybe several times per week. So uh, throughout the various markets. As you know, I'm promoting in a number of markets. You look at my newsletter. I don't want to waste any more time, but I want to highlight this property that some of you will miss because you have not entered my program yet. So it is what it is, but for those of you that are already in my program, you will get the first ability to buy this kind of property quicker than anyone else out there. All right, so let's go on with this one. This one is located in Zephyr Hills. No, it's not a disease. Zephyr Hills, Florida is a very desirable area, the area that I know very well. We have property manager in place, Marilyn Kaczynski. She works this area as a great property manager in the Tampa metro area. In fact, we are promoted through my Florida partner, Jean Gillum. Many of you know who she is. She had presented this area for our network investors in the last couple of years. So new construction communities in Ziffler Hills, and these are suburbs of Tampa, east of Tampa metro. Let me show you the big map. All these areas is fast growing tremendously. Tampa, Orlando area in Central Florida. So all this little community, our investors are purchasing Lakeland, new construction, 160 to 180K several years ago, Winter Haven, and all over the Central Florida that we have entered over the years. So we even have investors that bought in like Hudson up here, and a few other small cities, which is all within the Tampa metros, which in all over this radius, tremendous growth going on. So I know this area very well. So let's continue. All right, 225K list price, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2429 square foot. It's all about the numbers and understanding how you analyze, how you research, how you do your due diligence. I have done mine. So let's look at the description. Wesley Chapel, which is in Zephyrus. What a name. Almost very, very new home, built in 2003. Large square footage. It's just all kind of great description. So let's look over the 22 pictures in here. I mean, it's just amazing, right? Look at this. It's just mind-boggling. So let's see how much is the estimated repair cost that you need as a buyer if your offer is accepted. It's mostly cosmetic repair, if any, painting job, changing carpet, whatever, and some small cosmetic repair. That's the beauty of this. It's almost turnkey, almost brand new. Isn't that amazing? And obviously in the A-class neighborhood, I mean, that's pretty obvious, right? So you can get the best tenant. The tenant can usually make about $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, or ideal to rent this place. Some of you are asking, I mean, why are they renting, making so much money? Well, there are a lot of reasons why. All the mostly millennials are not buying, they are renting because they don't have the down payment, they don't have good credit, they have too much student loan debts, whatever, and they're not ready to commit to buying. So there are renters everywhere. This is the largest rental pool in the history of the U.S. So therefore the vacancy are very, very, very low. So okay, let's finish up with these pictures. So good interior, very little cosmetic repair based on what I see. But if your offer get accepted, obviously you need to pay for the inspection report as a condition to proceed with the transaction. If the inspection report does not meet your requirement, then you can walk away from this property without any repercussions. Okay, so all right, so everything looks good. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time on the interior. You can do that later, based on assumptions of offering whatever. All right, so good looking property. Yeah, maybe the backyard requires. What is a pool? So you're gonna spend a few more $1,000s cleaning up the pool and do some cosmetic repairs, but that's very amazing property, right? So what else can you ask for? All right, let's go over the numbers, which is before we do that. So you're asking yourself, what makes this property a good investment? Well, you have to match the rent with the property, right? So you need to meet close to the 1% rule, as I taught many of my investors. That's part of the fundamental analysis to analyze any investment property, to make sure it cash flow, make sure all the numbers works out. And clearly this is the case. What I've done is I pull out the 4-bedroom similar housing sizes in this area within a 5-mile radius. As you can see, there are a whopping 68 homes that are being rented similar to this home. So this is a great website. So this property is what's the square footage again? 2,400 square foot. All right, so let's find a similar 2,400 square foot under the property less than a mile away is renting for 2,100, and even a lesser square footage is renting for 2,100. And this one, a little bit bigger, not much, already renting for 2,500. So a lot of high-end tenants are willing to pay your rent for at least $2,000. All right, so we feel comfortable that this 2,400 square foot will be renting for at least 2,100, sometimes even more, right? It all depends. Between 2,100 to 2,500 for my conservative projection and Zillow's, we're gonna put at 2,100 rent, as you can see down here momentarily. All right, look, built in 2003. $93 per square foot, only $7 per month in HOA, so that's nothing. Let me see what else, which is a critical number. Here's another great thing buying via foreclosures. You're typically buying 10 to 20% below market value, sometimes even more. At one time, back in like 9 months ago, in June 2019, this property are listed like 369. Now it's down to 225. So there's some good buffer where you can have some equity after you close escrow because of the reasons I just told you. Below market value, that's what you're doing. Okay, it's listed for sale a few days ago, as you can see right here, 225K. Prior to that, throughout last year, the prices were larger, so you got some good after repair value if you can close escrow on this one. So all the numbers looks good. Property tax rate per month is less than 1% of the purchase price. Everything looks decent. $2,100 estimated rent. So it'll take about maybe 30 to 60 days to get to find a tenant. It all depends. 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 8 out of 10 on a school rating on a Zillow, which is very, very good numbers. So clearly it's a neighborhood. So, all right. So let me see. Let's go over the all important. I'm going to use 3 scenarios. I'm going to use a 5% down Vendee financing. Then I'm going to use a 25% down, then using IRA to purchase, right? So I'll cover the entire gamut. So many of you technically qualify to purchase government via foreclosures even without 2 years experience. But I'm going to start off with the Vendee financing scenario with 5% down, all right? As you can see. So look at very closely, and here are the numbers. 5% down from 225K. This is just a projection, right? Okay, the reality is a little bit different. So 5% down to 25K equals a mere measly 11,250 plus closing cost of 4,000 plus estimated cosmetic repair come out of your pocket after you do the inspection. If your offer is accepted, and there's a big if, because we expect multiple offers on this property. Yeah. So your total out of pocket, giving this projection, is a little bit less than 24,000. So that's fine. $2,100 monthly rent minus the 5% vacancy losses equals operating income of $1,995 minus your property taxes, monthly insurance, property management fee of 8%. Yes, our local property management in this area charge 8%. So you will get more cash flow. And then the maintenance factor is 5%, which is very realistic. Equal an operating expense of 461, and your loan, the Vendee financing loan, for those of you who have 2 years of ownership experience, you qualify for this 5% Vendee financing, and the loan rate is a mind-boggling 3.5% without any PMI, and the hits keep coming. Woohoo! Anyway, the rent to value ratio is almost 1%. That meets the benchmark for 1% rule. Capitalization rate 8.2, very, very high. Exceed the benchmark of 6% typical cap rate. And then cash on cash return is a whopping 29%. That means in about a little bit more than 3 years, your net annual cash flow is $68.95, or almost equal your initial cash invested of 23,750. That's why you're getting almost 30% cash on cash return, which is amazing. And your total return on investment is 65% on paper at the end of the first year, because you not only you get the monthly net cash flow is whopping $575, right? Given that it's amazing, right? We get this amount of cash flow only 5% down because the rent is relatively high, 2,100. Annual net cash flow is this amount, 6,895, plus at the end of the first year you have a principal reduction benefit of 4,100. Plus I put in 2% projection of appreciation at the end of 12 months, which is 4,500. Total gross equity income is 15,495 divided by 23,750. Your total cash invested equal 65% total return on your investment at the end of the first year, right? So how much is the stock market is giving you? 5%, but you're getting 65%. I rest my case. All right, so that is the 5% down scenario. Let's go over the conventional lending for those of you do not have 2 years experience but can qualify for 25% down regular Fannie Mae lending guidelines, right? So you can also buy this property, right? Is that amazing? So at 25% down, the interest rate is around 45%. I mean 4.5% on your mortgage. So your down payment will be a lot more, almost $70,000, which is fine. When it's all said and done, all the numbers, and then you have a net cash flow is 679 monthly net cash flow after all the deductions. But you know, the difference between 5% down at 3.5% interest rate with the vendee financing, only important, you know, way less than this amount. But you're putting like 25% down with a lot more down payment, your net cash flow is not that much higher than a 5% down vendee financing with 3.5% interest rate. So, you know, it is what it is. I mean, but it's still a good deal, right? So returns are still very ideal. Good monthly cash flow net 679. All right, so you can do that too. You can do this too, and then finally, for those of you who have self-directed IRAs, and many of you have it. So no, not this one. And the last calculation we're going to do is the on this particular property, all you need is to put down 50% down payment on your self-directed IRA. You can buy it with your IRA. Don't worry about it. I have all the resources and the guidance to help you to do the IRA. We have the connections and all that. Just look at the big picture for right now. All right. So 50% down payment of the price of the property. So your total IRAs you're going to put down is 125,000. Okay, from you're buying from your IRA, and then I'm going to put together. I'm going to non-recourse lender to allow you to get a non-recourse loan with 112,500 on a loan against the IRA, so you can leverage your IRA to buy more properties, and the loan, the other 50% down, is only at 5.5%. So this is your monthly amount for the non-recourse loan. So the key is with 50% down payment, at the end of the day, your monthly net cash flow inside your IRA is $896. Bear in mind, this money grows tax deferred. You know, as long as you you reinvest the money inside your IRA, tax deferral. So you don't pay taxes on this monthly net cash flow or the annual net cash flow, 10,748. If you're in a 25% federal tax bracket or even 31% federal tax bracket, you are essentially, by not paying the money on your cash flow in taxes, it'll give you like 2 or 3% more in your rate of return, right, than what we projected here. So it's a tremendous vehicle. And then all the expenses, by the way, for example, on this IRA, when your property manager collects $2,100, right, they will get their 10% cut, which is $160. Then your IRA will pay the monthly taxes, insurance, and property management fee, right? and then whatever left over, which is almost $900 monthly, will be reinvested inside the IRA. You don't, the IRA is buying this property, even though you're getting a tremendous leverage of the non-recourse loan, right? Everything is paid by the IRA, right? All your monthly operating expenses plus your non-recourse loan 639, right? That the IRA custodian will pay on your behalf. So, and then you still achieve almost a $900. Wow, a net monthly cash flow, which is you're going to put it back inside the IRA when you reach age 59 and a half or older. Then you can you take out the rental money, passive income. Then you pay taxes into the future. So meanwhile, everything growing tax deferred, the appreciation, the cash flow, or reinvested inside the IRA. Powerful strategy. Not many people knows about this kind of strategy. But I know, so, and you are part of my network. You can benefit from all the knowledge and resources and expertise, not only myself and my team as well, right? So returns are off the chart, as you can see. So that's pretty much it, right? So this is a representation of any kind of property you buy in with respect to VA foreclosure system that we have here. And since just one market in Florida, there are on a weekly basis, there are other similar deals that you can find. But the challenge is, once again, is you have to be very quick to pull the trigger. So this is not truly, it's not easy to get in there. Most of you work full time, but you can still do it working full time, but require a little bit more effort than turnkey properties that we have in the other markets. But it's very much doable. These are so many different ways to make money using the VA foreclosure properties system that at least the way I do it. Okay, that's enough. I don't want to over present this. The only other way to learn more is to consult with me. Then I'll sign you up for my fee-based program. You look at my newsletter to see which one of you are willing to pursue this system. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee from the Yee Wilson Network. Thank you for attending. I will talk to you soon. Good day. Bye-bye.